Good morning guys, glad you could join me. Just down here in the woods today, and I'm not sure if you've had the same kind of storms as what we've been having lately. What I'm sitting on here is a 70-foot pine which looks like it's been split like a toothpick. Now I'll be keeping my eye on this for the summertime, just when all this wood's nice and dry. But also at the moment there's a lot of resin seeping out of all this damage, so there's a good chance I'll be harvesting a little bit of that. So what I thought to do today, I'm just down for a couple of hours, so what I thought to do was just show you just a couple of quick fires which you can make. Basically just little one-man fires, one which you refer to as the hunter's fire, and the other one which is referred to as either the Hobo fire or the keyhole fire. So when it comes to this hunter's fire or the trapper's fire, we used to call it a quick brew fire, and it was a fire that we used to use on a regular basis when I was doing a lot of guiding. And all we actually need for it is a couple of sticks and a little bit of fuel. The beauty of it is it's fast, it's effective, it's simple, plus also it leaves minimal footprint. So the wood itself, around about 12 to 18 inches in length, and that's dictated by the burn time that you need. And general thickness is around about 2 inches in my case, which is around about 3 fingers. So all I'm doing here now, just taking advantage of this stump. I could have let it down on the ground, but like this fire's for, it's just a quick portable fire, just make your drink and move on. So the last thing I wanted to do is actually just scrape all this ground away. I may as well just make it fast and effective and just use this stump. So it's just a case of just placing the 2 sticks just in the V, and then what I've got here, very similar kind of fuel what you'd be using if you're using a bush box or any kind of biofuel stove. It's just some twigs and also a few splits which have just broke down just off that down pine behind me. So once we've got a nice sort of fire just established there and a nice little bed of coals just at the bottom, it's just a case then of just filling up the cup with some water. And then we're just going to rest the cup just on the front of the V here, just making sure that it doesn't tip up, and obviously put the fire out. And then it's just a case of just pushing the coals just underneath if need be, and then just feeding this just like you would do, just like your little bush box, just by putting on little bits of twigs or just these little bits of split wood that we got left. One of the main advantages about this fire, apart from the fact it's small and it's quick, is the fact that you can adjust it whilst it's burning. At the moment I've actually got it facing in that direction because the wind's blowing right to left. Now if it was that a lot of this fuel was damp and I may want more oxygen coming in just to help it to burn, then it'd just be a case of just actually turning the sticks and actually facing it so the wind was actually blowing directly through the wider section here. Once you're finished with your fire, I'm just going to now just make sure that everything's doused down, and then we can just make a move and get going. Now what I would have done if I was out on the river, I'd just dunk these in the river just to cool them down. But if you've got any kind of spare water available, all I like to do here is just cool things down just a little bit. The next sort of fire which I wanted to show you, which is what we refer to as the Hobo fire or the keyhole fire, very similar kind of setup. but except where I've got 3 sticks here instead of 2. Similar kind of thickness, and all we've done is actually place them into a triangle, and then just using a stick, I've just scraped away just some of the dirt here, around about 4 to 5 inches deep, just so that we can actually place ashes in this part. So the way that the fire works is we're going to build a fire at the back end here, you know, and this would be perfect if you wanted to boil a bottle of water or that kind of thing. And if you wanted to, then you could put your pan straight over the top, or you could actually put a grill plate on, you know, if you're going to be cooking meat or that kind of thing, just over a bed of coals. The pot which I'm going to be using just to cook my lunch on, this is an MSR Seagull, absolutely brilliant. You know, it's a stainless steel pot, you know, a little bit heavier than obviously titanium, but it is bomb proof, and I think you can actually pick these up for around about 12 or 15 pound now, which is a bargain. So for lunch, I've got a little bit of whole grain chicken rice, Uncle Ben's, you know, these are okay, quick and easy. And just in the bottom of the pan here, you know, we always carry a few items, just saves filling out the items of the pack, you know, just prefer carrying them just in the pot here. Never just empty these out. Just starting off, I just carry it just in a cotton bag, so that then can be charred down. We could actually make something like a millbank bag, fill it up with sand or charcoal, just use as a pre-filter. Little square of foil, you know, this comes in handy whether you want to make a lid, just on a pot again, or a mug, or perhaps a windshield. Some triple O steel wool, so we can actually clean things up like rust off knives, axes, that kind of thing, but also you can make that into an ember. Just a little green scourer, just to clean all the soot and all the residue, just off the fire, just off your pots and mugs. Little tub of survival matches or windproof matches. These are the BCB ones, you know, they're not bad, you know, not my preferred method like I mentioned in the past. Spare cigarette lighter, little clipper, probably the best lighters that you can get. Just a little piece of fat wood, just on a jute lanyard. Now I make these up, simple to carry, and then you've got 2 forms of tinder. You could either make that into a bird's nest and just shave that down if you wanted to. Small little opinel, this is the stainless steel version. This is the one that I kind of use if I'm using more for food prep, that kind of thing. Spare little ferro rod, just a small one, around about 3 inch. And then I've got a lifting toggle here, just so I can take the water bottles out the fire once the water's boiled. You know, so just making the use there of the space. You know, this fire's nearly done now, so I can just start dragging a few of those coals back. And then we can get a little bit of lunch cooked, and that can sterilise a bottle of water as well. So just finished off the last of my lunch here, guys. You know, this brew's going down okay and that rice wasn't too bad. So that was just a quickie just on the Hobo fire and also the Hunter's fire. Now you may see them with different names. You know, those are names which I've just picked up over the years. You know, certainly worth learning about and worth using. You know, you saw how quick and easy they are to produce. You know, I didn't have to get a lot of firewood ready. So I wasn't really expending a lot of energy or calories. It's just the kind of fires that you can make, you know, whilst you're travelling through the woods. But also like we used to do when we were guarding as we were moving up rivers. So like always, guys, that leaves me just to say thanks a lot for you stopping by and watching the video, like always. Until next time, you take care, and I'll see you again.